So, why the friendly wager that it's going to be a fuck up? What do you think is going to happen?
I think it's going to be a with Herb.
Why the friendly wager that Scott, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Look who's in the picture with me.
Quiet.
What's up, Scott?
Yeah.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done now.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are live and we are excited to be able to talk to you guys tonight. There's a lot going on tonight, guys. So
Even Scott, even Kev.
Yo,
Kevin's
glad
doing
to see
his
you. Glad to
gangster
see you.
look over here.
Yeah, he's doing his hoodie stuff. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Glad to see you made it back from Nevada there, Scott. Did we come back with a thick pocket?
Well, my pocket it's not as thick as it was when I left. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have the luck like you have. But I did good on the track. Yeah. I didn't just get a participant award, I got a graduation award.
Oh, crap. Sweet.
ooh.
Kevin, I tried to
Jack
get
has
you
participation all right up there on the back behind him.
Yep. Well, guys, first of all, guys, I want to thank you guys for there was a bunch of you that jumped in last week for my whole 11-minute video there from my hotel room there in Vegas. And Jack, you're not gonna believe this, we got more donations in that little bit of time to go toward the Jack Cover Fund. So yeah.
God, is this still going?
It's still going. So
How much we up to, Scott?
guys, it's all right up there in the very top of the screen. We're at $709 left, so we're plugging along.
Man.
It's coming down. So now keep in mind, guys, what I did is I devised a way that it looks like that through the super chats and all that type of stuff is that every time you donate, the lowest you can donate really is $2, right? That's what some of the people had done. So what I did is I broke it up to be fair. What's going to happen is that for every $2 you donate, that gives you one ticket entry into it. So if you've donated $100, and we've got some people that have done that, they end up with 50 entries. Okay, and then we'll get a special picking tool that will put those names in, and then we'll be able to do it that way. That way it's all fair. And I didn't want to be able to have it where you've got one person coming in with a $2 ticket and the person that donated 100 or $150 or something, that they lose out. So that evens the playing field a little bit. So let me go through some of this stuff before I fall too far behind. I saw Joe, you're in the house. David, appreciate that. Dan, you're in there. Guy and Big Mike and Moto Traveler, you're in there. I hope I'm not butchering that name up, but that'd be nice. Yeah, it's been a long week without a show last Thursday. David, thank you. That's cool. You guys were all in there chatting with me yesterday, which was really cool, and that means a lot. That the system is sitting inside my garage, as you know, and I try to get everything going at least Wednesday, and so I know everything is running and working, and so it's nice to happen to walk by and see something, and you guys are chatting away. So I try to answer. And speaking of trying to answer, Mr. Reynolds has his hand up.
I was wondering if you can remind us.
If you can
remind us on how to donate to Jack's Cover before we get too far off that conversation.
Well, you know what? What we've got.
And furthermore,
yeah,
I want to remind everybody that this whole scenario here is ran off of YouTube with likes, subscribes, and content that you want to see again next week. Let's hit the thumbs up. Let's hit the subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe. Exactly.
And
absolutely.
then let's hear about how to donate to Jack's Cover before we get too deep into other stuff.
That'll be awesome. All right, so Kev, I think when you were out with your emergency jobs that you have, you weren't here, so we actually put it all up here. We had just been enabled. The channel's gotten big enough now, we got enabled to be able to do super chat. So if you guys want to be able to do a super chat, you can do that. But super chat, actually, they keep 30% of the money that they collect. So you can Zelle me at my phone number, and my phone number is right there on the screen. So you can see that's 916-412-7268. And you also can you can Venmo, and I can hold that up there, and you guys can scan that. A couple of you guys have used that before. You can just hold your phone right up to the screen there, and you can Venmo the money, and then all the funds go in. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to get a really good jump on this tonight. We've got Jack. What do we got? 2 more weeks before we all go down to Laguna Seca,
No,
right?
That's next weekend.
We have this weekend coming, and then next weekend we will be there.
Yeah, it's May
8 days from now.
Yep.
8 days and we leave.
Yep, 8
Hey,
8
days.
days.
Yep.
And Scott, I have your Corvette Corral Pass in my glove box.
Nice. Okay, so guys, if you guys haven't ever done the, I'm gonna put my phone down now here, guys. If you guys want to see it again, just message me here. Let's see. Let me see if I can get into here and get some of these. If you want to message me and you need that Venmo thing again, just be sure and oh, Solar Joe's in the house. Nice. Hey Joe, how you doing?
Hey.
Yay, that's cool. Thank you very much. But yeah, if you guys need the Venmo account, have me put it up on the screen. Go ahead and let me know. Yeah, I know, right, Joe? 30% for the big guy. That's almost as much as the governor here in California wants. Marcus, yep. Howdy, everyone. Vegas was epic. It was. Marcus and Christina, they joined us there, and we had a great time. We got to go do the F1 races there. They have a go-kart program right there at the F1 Center, and we had a really good time with that. And then Dan says, I was in Florida on vacation last week, and it worked out great. Well, good. I'm glad, Dan, that everything's going good. And yes, again, Solar Joe, right on. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Guys, another thing is our show is being sponsored by Boosted Lighting Solutions. It's up there on our top of the screen there, and we'll end up having. Hopefully, we'll get Anthony on for next week, and we'll see if we can give away another product. We've got a couple more things that we're going to raffle away, so stay tuned. We will be doing some raffles tonight. We'll be doing probably a cup and a t-shirt. So we'll be doing that. And so every one of your chats that you guys are putting into the system right now is being counted for, and you'll be able to win something tonight. So we'll be doing a couple of drawings. Let me see here. Oh, Motor Traveler got it right. Yes, right on. At least I didn't screw that name up. I was feeling bad if I had. So there we go. Peacemaker says, Christmas came early. I received my trunk trim yesterday. It's beautiful, and I'm so glad I took your advice and got the red mist trim around the opening with the Z06. It came out awesome.
Nice.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that everything is working out for you. And I know that, like I said, I don't ever really, and Jack and Kevin are my witnesses to this. I don't recommend stuff that I wouldn't put on my own car. So, that I really believe that this stuff is really good. And, yes, little pricey, there is no doubt, but it is really, really good stuff.
Cost to go first class.
Yep. So Dan just texted me. He says he was in Cape Coral, Florida. Oh, I see what he did. I'll have to try to see if I can get these pictures out there. And he sent me some pictures. So, let's see. TNT, hey, how's it going, TNT? Good to see you. And again, Joe, glad to have you around. David says, I love my t-shirt and cup. They're both very nice. You're very welcome. Very welcome. Again, guys, I am beyond tickled that you guys take your time to be able to join us. It means a lot. It really does. And those of you that are been out at the bash today and sending me pictures, some of you sent me pictures last night. I opened up my email this morning, and my email was full of pictures and video. And what I'm going to do is, so let's make sure that that gets out there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull that up on the right screen here real quick. And these are pictures. Let me see. I'm going to start it over from the very beginning here. Let's see. We'll get it right here. But these are pictures from the bash. And so they were, some of you stayed late, some of you got there early, but these are pictures of the stuff that's going on at the bash right now. And you know, I've got a chance, because of these pictures, I got a chance to really look at the side skirts that are on the Grand Sport, and they're I don't know, maybe it's just me, but they kind of seem a little plain in comparison to the ones that are on the Z06. The Z06 has a nice flair to them, and the ones that are on the Grand Sport, it's just like somebody took a
They
board
kind of
and
look
stuck it
like the
on.
ones that are offered as an aftermarket side skirt.
It does, yeah. So I don't know if
Which,
pictures-
if you don't mind
That's what
my
I
jumping
would-
in, if you don't mind my jumping in, I've seen a couple people advertise the side skirts for the full length for the C8 Z06 or whatever. I don't like it. I like the short. I like what came on the car originally.
I agree with you, Kevin. I totally agree with you. Yeah.
You know, I battled internally. Okay, do I want to get these full length bars or side skirts that are one dimension all the way down, or do I want to keep these? But as you can see, that looks a lot more sexier. How it goes up and then it pops out and then it goes up again. So I'm sticking with that.
You know,
But that's
I
what
gotta agree with you.
that's what the Grand Sport side skirts looked like to me, is the aftermarket version.
Yep. And then,
Yep.
you know, guys, I don't know if you guys have seen the picture, but it was one of the pictures when one of the very first one of the first spy photos that they had when the car was in the parking lot, you know, and they were like, you could tell they were getting ready to film a commercial or something. If you zoom in on the side skirt on that one, it almost looked like the side skirt had a little bit of a bump just before the front wheel, or just in front of the rear wheel. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure there. I think we've gotten through those pictures. So did we lose you, Jack? Almost looks like you're frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things I've been thinking about with all this aftermarket aero that comes out is me having the Z06. I did add the Z07 aero front and back. I didn't touch the sides.
Yep.
But I'm pretty sure that GM did all their aero testing and their smoke tunnels and all this and all that. I always wonder when like Paragon comes out with the full length side skirt,
Yes.
or the double diplanes or whatever. Do they do any testing, field testing to see if it's better, or are we just looking at something that looks better but is not tested better? So that's a question.
Yeah, you know, I honestly couldn't answer that question. I'd like to. I would think that they would do that. I'm going through some of the messages here, and it's like Larry Maroney. It said they had a great show in Laughlin, and all the winners were touched by me. That was really cool. To answer your question, Kev, I'm going to say that they got to test this in the air chambers and stuff like that to be able to see
where the smoke runs over. But I mean, it all looks good. Like you put the extended front lip on mine with the canards. So with the extended front lip on there, like the deeper splitter, has that been smoke tested to see if that actually is productive?
And then we ought to look that up.
We all know it looks better, but has it been tested and proven to be better? The price is better, the look is better, but is the product better?
I'm going to go with the fact that they had to have tested it, and that was got to be the best one out there at the time. At least that's what I'm thinking. But
okay, well, we can always ask them.
Yeah, we need to ask. And you know what? We'll be in the ear of some of their engineers when we go to Laguna Seca. Maybe we can think to ask that question. Karen Karen says, "Hey Scott, Jack, and Kevin." Hi Karen, how are you? We miss you. Let me see here. David's 06. I agree with you with the side skirts. Yeah, it just looks a little plain. I definitely like the other ones. Tina's saying hello. Hi, Tina. Richard, good evening. Paul, welcome back. Well, thank you, sir. It's good to be back, but it's nice to be on vacation too. Trust me, that's for sure.
Well, we
And
liked it when you were on vacation, and
Mr.
not
Miller?
so sure we like it when you're back.
So, guys, you're gonna hear I'm coughing here. Unfortunately, I came back from Vegas. I got a little hack. Doctor put me on some medication, so hopefully I'll be better in a couple of days. But yeah, it's a little crazy there. Guys, if you want to take your seats to the next level, invest in Scott's front trim kit. Well, guess what, Peacemaker? They already did. They were one of my first victims. I mean, one of my first customers. Yeah. Kevin shuts his camera off just to make sure that he doesn't hear me. I think we lost Jack entirely. So hopefully he'll join us back here in a minute. I think he was having some internet issues at his house. So let's hope that everything else stays up and running. And I haven't heard back from let me see.
Herb.
From Herb.
He goes by Herb.
Yeah, let me see. Your connection and rejoin. And I have not heard back from Herb yet either. So, guys, hopefully we'll get Herb. There's Jack.
Here comes Jack.
Yep.
Back.
So hopefully we have Herb joining us. Wait a minute. What do I got here? I got two Jacks.
But we have two Jacks.
I got two Jacks.
Oh God.
How did I get two Jacks?
I'm not sure what happened.
Jack of
I
Diamonds.
don't know.
I think I'm gonna kill you.
Well, I'm back. I don't.
I think I'm gonna kill that Jack. Let's
Bye.
see. We're gonna remove him from that one.
dude.
All right, there we go. I think we got him now. All right, let's get him back up here.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, we're back.
Yeah, we're back. Jack, I really do think you got a bad internet connection going on there. I'm not sure, but
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and I just talked to my assistant producer, and she said nothing's on. I'm showing a full signal. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah,
else is
there's
dropping.
there's
so
nothing
that's
on in the
what I'm
house
saying.
either.
Yeah.
Jack,
Yeah, yeah.
send me your QR code and I'll send you some money to pay your Wi-Fi.
I know. I've had to spend all my money on this thing sitting back here behind me.
I know, right? Hi, Christina. How are you doing? Yeah, TNT says fingers crossed for the cup. And Solar Joe, I'm down in what? I am down in Fort Myers till the 30th. Really? Okay. I don't know. Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's cool. On vacation, I take it? Yeah, it must be nice. Let's see. I'm back. Won 2 awards the last 2 weeks thanks to touching my Corvette. This is Michael. Oh, Speedy. So yeah, Speedy is 2 for 2 in his car shows. So he didn't send me any pictures of it though. But yeah, he's been to 2 of them and he's taken home the hardware. Joe's asking if anybody's
That's good,
down
Speedy.
in the area where
I haven't
he's
been
at.
there yet.
Yeah. If anybody's down in the Fort Myers area and they want to let Joe know, they can maybe hook up with him. They can do that. And let me see here. I'm just trying to go. Okay. Motor Traveler says installed his solar controller last week in my car. 10 minutes, easy peasy. But what did you think of it? What did you think of it? Wasn't that awesome?
What did you think?
Those are awesome. Yeah. So let's see here. Solar Joe, I was in Cape Coral. Okay, that's Dan. Okay, so yeah, you guys are all down there. And let me see what else. I'm falling behind by all this stuff. Yep. All right. They're carrying on a conversation of their own in the chat here, so I'll just kind of skip over that. That way they can talk.
Yeah.
Yes, Walt says it's looking great, that the Grand Sport's looking great. It does look great, Walt. I don't see any problem there at all. It's the side skirts I'm not a big fan of, but I have heard through the grapevine that, you know, the pricing is out and some select people have been able to order a Grand Sport, and the change in the exhaust from the outer side, which is the way they come, to the inner, it's a $2,000 upgrade. I don't get that one. I really don't. That'd be too
No,
Okay, well-
no,
change
no.
that.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question, Scott.
Yeah.
If you were to offer that pre Grand Sport, so let's just say the Grand Sport didn't come out, this is no longer an
Yeah.
option. For you to move the exhaust to the interior, what would you charge your customers? Because I'm thinking $2,000 doesn't sound that bad.
Well, you're right, and you're right, and you're right, and you're wrong at the same time. So let's look at that. I'll answer that question, Kevin. Yeah, you're looking at probably a $5,000 system by the time that you have to do the rear diffuser fascia, you know, and all that to change it from outside to inside. But you're at the factory. They've got the inside fascia and they got the outside fascia. They're virtually the same. What are they, 50 cents a piece difference?
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of the Corvette tax, but it's in play right now.
Well, yeah, but I've seen Corvette tax, but this is like, well, like given in California. So there we go. That might be.
There you go. We can relate to that.
Absolutely. I
Yeah,
just think that
if
there's
someone told me Governor Newsom had a Corvette, I'd run out and sell my stuff tomorrow. I mean,
Nah, I wouldn't let him ruin my day. I wouldn't let him do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, but I would find him and I would have something to say to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Motor Traveler says the $15,000 upgrade for carbon wheels is crazy too. I didn't even pay attention to that one on there. But yeah, you're right. I mean, that's you talk about a Corvette tax, that is for sure.
well, I don't know if a whole lot of people know, but the car behind me came with carbon fiber wheels, the exposed carbon fiber wheels. And I knew that I didn't want them. I mean, they're awesome. They're like totally great, awesome. But as soon as you curb one, it's $5,000. My girlfriend didn't want to drive the car because she didn't want to curb one. I put them on the internet or Facebook Marketplace, and I only asked 10 grand for them. And I had a bunch of people talk about, oh, good luck selling those. Well, guess what? They sold within an hour, and the guy brought cash.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Hopefully, Uncle Sam isn't listening to you right now, Kevin.
Oh no, I claimed it on the Corvette channel tax.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, Scott, you know what that means? That means since Kevin has admitted that he got that money, I think his first couple of rounds are on him next week.
Oh, I totally agree. But you know what? But you know what we'll do, Jack? We'll remind
Well, you know,
this
was a year and a half ago. I've already paid your taxes.
It doesn't make no difference. It doesn't make no difference at all. We're happy with that. We're good.
Right.
We're good.
That's right. Let me see here. So Larry, he says you met a girl in Laughlin that I knew, and I know what he's trying to say here, that you were in driving school. Yes, Lisa, if you happen to be watching the show tonight, she was in we had a class of 18 people, and they break it into 3 classes of 6, and we had six E-Rays in there, and they ended up moving Lisa out of it. She happens to own 2 E-Rays. She was out driving everybody there, and I don't understand. It had to have been done on a freak thing that they moved her out of the class, and so that was kind of a weird thing because she was keeping up with me, no problem, and they ended up moving her out of the E-Ray class and basically demoting her into the Stingray class, which was really wasn't a great thing. But yeah, that was kind of a sucky thing. And then she ended up losing, I guess, one or both of her motors. She has a 24 and a 25 E-Ray on her way back on her way to Laughlin, where Larry's talking about. She lost one of the motors or both of them, and so they ended up having to disengage the motors so she could still drive.
Are we talking about the electric motors or the gas?
No, the electric motors. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but that just goes to show you that it is still drivable if the motors go down. So that,
That's true.
it's a good
Yeah.
thing. So it's not a brick. Let me see here. Solar Joe says, did folks notice in the GS sales brochure Chevy finally moving away from the 87 millimeter throttle body to the new 6.7? Yes. Yeah, Joe. And you probably know it better than anybody. 92 millimeter or 95 millimeter is as a matter of
95.
fact. Yeah. Yeah. So you could probably answer that question because a bunch of people are going to
But
ask me this.
before he answers the question, let me ask a question. I just won some 91 millimeter throttle bodies from Solar Performance off of, you know who,
You can say
Horsepower
it.
Obsessed.
Yeah.
You can say it.
Horsepower Obsessed.
Because
And then I was going to see if I could trade these. I was going to see if I could trade these up for the 92s, but now my mind's thinking if there's a 95 millimeter throttle body already out there, are we now going to 96 and the 91, the 92 are obsolete, or where are we going with that? All right, go ahead, Joe. Let's hear it.
Yeah, tell us in the comments there, buddy.
Kevin, sounds to me like, Kevin, you're stuck with 92s.
I know,
I'm
right?
stuck like
He's
with
stuck
91.
with 91s. He's stuck with 91s.
91s.
That's right.
Oh, you got
That's
the
right.
old
Like,
relics.
why would anybody buy a 91 if there's a 99 available? You know what I mean?
You know what? Thank God women don't think like that, right, Kevin?
well, they do. They just don't let you. They just don't let you know about it.
Oh God.
But anyway, I'm pretty good with keeping my stock throttle bodies on, and I did when they're 91s. I'd like to trade those up for the 92s, but then again, okay, where does it end? Are we going to 97 now? So
I'm sure. Well, that's the question, and maybe Joe can kind of give us an answer. Guys, while we're doing this, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. If you guys have not already subscribed tonight, you only have to wait 1 minute, and then you can start going ahead and chatting and having your every chat you have as a ticket to be able to win something tonight. So be sure and do that, okay? And it really, I know it seems so simple that you guys go hit a button and nothing really happens. You don't see it on your guys' side, but it really does matter on my side. It is helping the channel grow, and it's getting to the point where people are starting to see us all over. And we've got people there at the bash today, seeing that some of the C7 Walt had him and his wife, they were wearing the shirts, and people were asking, where did you get them? We like them. And how come the Corvette channel isn't there this year? And so we're going to really, really try to be there next year. We really are. Yep, all of us. We'll try to be there. Okay.
I mean, are you gonna be there, or are you gonna try to take us there? Come on, Jack. Let's talk to him about it.
Yeah. Look at this, Jack.
Hey.
He's already trying to milk me out of something here.
Hey, Kevin, we've got all next weekend
That's
to
right.
resolve this.
Yeah.
So Joe
We'll
says
see.
yes to a 95 millimeter, Kevin.
Yeah.
What?
Joe is saying yes to a 95 millimeter.
I already figured it. So anyway, I guess these 91s are going to be bookends.
Yeah.
Because why would anybody want 91s if there's 95s?
So Joe, for the LT2, are they going to go any past the 91, or are they going to open it up even more also?
No, for the LT2, it would have to go past the 92.
Yes.
Well, that's what I'm asking. What are they going to do? So I want to know what they're doing. But he says the 6.2 C8 can handle larger than an 87 is said. Yep, absolutely. We know that. I've got I got a 91 that I'm ready to put in, but I'm like going, if 99s or 100 are coming out, I'm waiting. So anyway, absolutely. Jack, I know. I just got to give Kevin crap,
I mean, you really don't have to give me crap. The thing is, got to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah, that's right. Or the Kevins. Right.
Oh, the Reynolds is.
Everybody see that video that's been going around of this guy who talks about, I just put in this high performance oil filter.
Yeah.
I put Pennzoil up in there, the synthetic, and I was doing 130 when before red line, 135. That reminds me of Jack.
Did you see, hey, Kevin, did you see what his name was? Did you see what his name was?
Yeah, Jack Lemons, I thought.
No, it's Keith Reynolds. He was a Reynolds dude. That's what it
Nice.
was. Yeah.
Nice.
You all looked a lot alike. If he had a Harley hat on, you could have been twins.
My point is not everybody is savvy to what is truly high performance and what actually helps you. But I think I'm savvy to 91 and 95. I'll go with the 95. So
there you go.
But somebody just posted, they think the 95 needs a tuning. Texas Mike's said, I'm looking ahead of you, Scott. He says he thinks the 95s need a retuning. Joe,
Right.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah.
Joe,
yeah,
since we got Joe on here.
I brought this up before. Not a whole lot of people know what this is, but the two plenums on top of your LT6, the two separate plenums with the 3 valves in the center, the 3 valves have been tested because there's 2 throttle bodies that open and close, one for each plenum, and then there's 3 in between. And the 3 in between are there for the Helmholtz resonance. That's like if you're driving around in your car and you roll one window down, just a bump, you get all that buffering and all that crap going on in your car. And then if you roll the other window down just another quarter, it balances out all that buffering. The 3 valves in the center of the 2 plenums are there, and they've been tested and proved that over certain RPMs, if you open up 1 and 3 or 1 and 2 or 3 and 2 or 3 and 1 at certain RPMs, that helps the Helmholtz resonance, and that helps your car out as far as the tune goes. So the question is, the more air you let in, i.e. 91, 92, 93, 94 millimeters, has anybody taken that into consideration as far as the Helmholtz resonance and the valves in between the 2 plenums and readjusting those to help the larger airflow? Go ahead.
Scott, sound like we need to get Joe back. We need to get Joe back on
so we can cover some of this. I know, right?
We got to get Joe back on the show. Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Well, sounds like it.
I've asked the question before and nobody knows.
Well,
I mean,
Joe might just answer that, but yeah.
It's a proven thing. The 3 valves in between the 2 plenums are there for the Helmholtz resonance. So the more air you let in, I'm sure the more vibration.
All right, let me get kind of caught up here. Dan, yes, he says, how about inviting one of us regulars to be on the show? Well, guys, we were going to do that tonight, as a matter of fact, and I don't know what happened. Herb's phone probably died. We were going to be bringing you Herb Collins on. He's at the big yearly car show in Memphis, and he got on before the show here tonight, and we got him all dialed in, and then just before the show went live, his phone just died. He hasn't responded to a text or nothing. So I bet he's been on the phone all day, and he probably didn't charge his phone. So yeah, we can definitely do that, Dan. Not an issue at all. We'd love to be able to do that with you guys. It's been some talk amongst us that what we'd like to be able to do is to start a segment where we bring on 1 or 2 of you guys and do like a 15-minute deal. Let you guys introduce yourselves and your car and show us your stuff. You know, I mean, that's what this show is all about. Yeah, that is in the works. So we'll start doing that here real soon. I guess at that point, since we are talking about it, if somebody wants to do that, if they would like to do that right now, I don't mean right this minute on this show, but if you want to do it in the future, send me, again, you've got all of my information right here on the screen. Send an email to me and tell me when you would like to do it, obviously at, our time zone or not our time zone, but on our show. And I'll get you all the information and make sure that you can get on. We'll do a test call and I'll make sure that you guys can do it. You can do it from your phone. So we use Google Meet as the backbone of this. And so we can send an invite to you through an email and all you got to do is hit click the link, and it should take you right to the show. Okay, so I'm willing to do that and get you all tested up, make sure that you're good, and then we'll bring you on the show. Okay, so yeah, send an email to me, and we'll go from there. So Peacemaker says, if you change out your throttle bodies, could it void your warranty if an issue occurs? Now, this one, Peacemaker, you missed our show that we had with Joe from Solar Engineering on the phone. He was on our show, and he described that in great detail. And so it's almost thinking that let me see if he's been talking to us. So let me see here. I heard the C9 is expected to be out in 2023.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, Dan, I think you missed that one.
I think that 3 and 9 or 8 stuck together there, buddy.
Guys, I'm still thinking I could be wrong, but I'm going to say C9 is going to be a 2030 that's going to show up in 2029. That's what I think is going to happen. We'll see. But then we were talking about all the different this one I don't know the answer to. If the C7ZR1 came with a 95 millimeter throttle body as opposed to everything else had an 87, I don't know. And then Solar Joe saying not obsolete. I'm not exactly sure who he was referring to, but and then Dan's like, how much is gas currently in California? For regular,
come on, man.
Regular today, I paid $5.20.
Diesel is $7.99.99.99, 1/10 short of $8.
Yeah,
I just bought it.
I'm glad I don't have a diesel.
Yeah,
I just bought a 2025 HD 3500, and it's a work truck. And diesel, the way I understand diesel is the sludge they wipe off the top like a beer when it comes with a lid on it. Why it costs all that extra money to put that in my car is beyond me. And then the biggest thing, and we do not do political stuff on here, and I will just say, if it was the president's fault, it would be the same price all the way across every state. It's not. It's California's problem, owned by California. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm done. I'm done. That's it.
Yep. Nope. You're right.
I got to say this much about that. He was asked yesterday if he would lower the taxes on the fuel, and he flat out said no. I saw him on the news. So that's enough of that.
Okay, let's leave political out of here.
That's it.
Yeah, we'll leave it. But yeah, absolutely. California's probably got, we're getting hammered worse than anybody out there. That's for sure.
But you know what? The car behind me is still going to get 91. If they offered 93 here in California, I'd put that in.
Exactly.
But it's always going to get 91 at any pump I roll up to. Whether I have to borrow money from Jack or Scott or not, it's going to get 91 or 90.
Well, we weren't going to bring 91. That up, but it's time to start making pay.
Jack,
it's time to start paying.
Hey, Jack, can you help a brother out?
Hey, I'll give you 20. I'll give you $20 to get you to Monterey next week. How about that?
All right, hey.
That'll get him about 5 feet down the road, won't it?
As long as you don't change lanes every 5 minutes, we're fine.
Well, now that I know that, it's gonna be a quick ride down there. There you go.
All right. Well, you know what? We actually have a real question, and it's from, and I think this is a new name, Fun Governor 69. So yeah, it says, any tips for squeaky brakes on my 23 Z51?
Let's ask the real question first. What brakes do you have? Do you have the iron brakes, or do you have big brakes, or which brakes do you have? Let's talk about apples to apples.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Send us that, and then we'll be able to start to answer your question. Vader C5, C9 model 2030. I agree with you, Vader. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I really do. Still got a lot of people saying hi in here, which is very cool.
All right. So out of us three here, let's raise our hands for who's first for the C9.
Who's for the C9? What do you mean?
Oh, we know who's going. We know who's going to get a C9.
Well, we know you'll be the
First buyer,
first one.
first
That'll be
buyer
you.
of the C9.
That'll be
First
Kevin.
buyer of the C9.
That'll be Kevin. There's no doubt.
Oh, we know that one. Come on now.
Why?
After, with your 99
Why?
millimeter Autobot, because we know how you are. Everybody in this group that knows you must have the first on the block.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Let me see here. Dan says I told 3 different Corvette owners I met at the service department to tune in on the Corvette shop. Thank you so much, Dan. I really appreciate it. And yes, Dan, if you ask the question, if you want to be able to come on and show your car and talk with us, send me an email. Get me your information. We'll get you on here. Okay.
Hey, Scott, he's got the Carbotech pads. I just saw that, and we see that.
I just brought that up. Okay, so he's kind of in the same. He's aftermarket carbon ceramic, and so basically what you've got is, and this it does play a part also back in, I think it was in 22. I think is when it came out. There was a service bulletin. They did not do it as a recall, but they did it as a service bulletin that if somebody was coming in and complaining about the squeaky brakes, is that you want to take the brakes apart and not use the basic grease that was being packed in there. You want to use the copper based grease and put that on the edges of the pad so they'll float better. Also, those of you guys that you guys use a pressure washer and you pressure wash the pad a lot to get all that dirt out, that's also another issue. So keep that in mind. What you're doing is you're literally, every time you pressure wash into the brake pads, you're washing away some of that grease. And so it literally the pad doesn't float. It starts to set just so ever so lightly on the rotor. And that causes the brake to squeak. And there is nothing but taking it apart and putting some more grease on those pads that will fix that issue. So, that's your trick. And when I do brakes here in the shop, that's exactly what I do. And it always seems to work really well. So but disclaimer, let me tell you this too. If you're doing the brake job on a C8, make sure that you take before you take any of the brake system apart, just take it and disconnect the negative cable on your battery. The system does periodic battery checks throughout the day, or not battery checks, but brake checks throughout the day. And if you happen to have the caliper off the car and not on the rotor, and it happens to do a test, it'll shoot those pistons right out of the caliper, and then your caliper's shot. So just keep that in mind, okay? That you want to make sure you just disconnect the battery and then everything's fine. Then once you get everything
Excellent
back together,
point, Scott.
put the battery.
Excellent point.
But yeah, it's
excellent. Yeah, excellent point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Let's
and
see
I've,
here.
I've got the Carbotech on my Z06, and I love them, and I haven't had any squilling at all with mine. And we put them through the ringer pretty good. So yeah, it's they're very good pads. Yes.
Very, very good. Okay. I got 60 miles on my C8. Time to take it in to Chase. Better go before IMSA. Speedy. Yeah, you probably should get it into the shop for that. Your 7,500 mile. From what I understand, General Motors changed it again. Changed that first service. Don't hold me to this, but you can call them and ask them. But from what I understand, I think they've extended to 8,200 miles. So don't hold me to that, but I think that's what they did. Okay. And then those of you guys that have done your service, your first 7,500 mile service, and you don't want to be dealing with the dealers anymore for your services like that, come see me. I'm going to be cheaper, and I'm going to be able to, if you want to sit here and hang out 5 feet from your car and be able to see it and see that it's not going to get broken and come out with something else broken when it goes in for something else, bring it to me, okay? And I'll take care of you. So just reach out to me, let me know. Let me see here. Hypersonic Ron, I love Kevin's car. Blue is my color. Yeah, I got to say that Kevin's car is pretty nice.
It's
can't
all
see
right.
it right now because he's over there.
It's all right.
What he's doing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
all
know
right.
what he's doing. It's
I
all
know, right?
Yeah.
He's too busy playing with buttons over there. It says, thank you. That is what I thought. Dealer wouldn't help me. They know better, right? So maybe what you ought to do is consider to get a different dealer. There's plenty of dealers out there, okay? But make sure you
Yes.
get somebody that you trust, honestly. Fun Governor, I'm not sure where you're at, but if you're in my area, you want me to take care of you, I will. Texas Big Mike, what do you guys think of a full-size ZR1 wing or a wing on my coupe hatch on an E-Ray? Dude, I mean, I love my Z06 wing, and I bet you the ZR1 wing would look awesome. Really would.
It's a picnic table.
Oh yeah,
It's a picnic table. I've seen it.
I've been trying to convince Guy Russo to put one on his car. He's got everything else. He's got ZR1 hood. He's got all the goodies on it, and it looks just like a ZR1. All he needs is the wing, and I can't convince him yet. I'm trying.
Hey, don't worry. We'll go ahead and order that. We'll talk to him next weekend. We'll get to take care of it.
There you go. Guys, another reminder, if you guys haven't already subscribed, hit that like, hit the bell, all that type of good stuff. And if any of you guys want to donate to the Jack Cover Fund, please be sure and do that. I'd appreciate it. I really would. We only got another week and a half or something, and Jack needs to be able to take his cover. So come on, guys. Let's see if we can get this thing done. All right. Let's see here.
And also, Solar. Did you see Solar Joe said the ZR1 has 95s on it?
Yes, I hadn't gotten there yet. I'm almost there, but that's good, Jack. That's good.
Okay.
So Paul,
just trying to help brother out.
Oh, you're good. You're good, Jack. Paul says, Scott, do you recommend Power Stop? Yeah, I use them all the time. They're a great pad. You get a nice looking rotor. I will tell you that they dust like a monster for the first 500 miles, just flat out. So don't even bother trying it when you got everything apart and you're like, oh, I got my wheels off and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to polish these wheels up and all that stuff. Don't waste your time. It's going to take 3 or 4 washings, about 500 miles, and then they will literally just virtually stop dusting. What you're getting in a little bit of dust now on your car, with your factory pads, you'll be able to go probably 1,000, 1,500 miles on the amount of dust that you'll get then. So they're a great pad and they look good. And the rotor is zinc infused, so they won't rust. So they look good all the time. So that's a nice one. And also that's not just from a what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, Herb just texted me. What's he saying? He's having connection problems. Oh, well, he's in a bad spot then. Well, that kind of stinks. But anyway, on the brakes, the other thing you want to keep in mind is the fact that you don't want. There's been reports, and I have felt it here in the shop, and I've been lucky that I haven't ever had a problem. But if you wash your car, you pull it right into the garage, and then you put the cover on it, whatever, right? You let it sit for a day or two. Then you go to back up. Sometimes the pad will literally bond itself to the rotor, and I've seen instances where the pad actually cracks from it being basically rusted to the rotor. So you don't have that problem with the other one, with Power Stops. Hang on a second. Let me see what he still says he's having connection problems. Yes, sir.
The big brakes on my car that came from the factory, if I wash my car out in the driveway, I roll it in here, I use my blow dryer and I blow it off.
Yep.
And don't spend any extra activity other than just blowing it off with my air cannon. A lot of times when I go to back it out of the garage, the pads are stuck to the rotors and they have to snap loose. And those are even on factory carbon ceramic brakes.
Yeah, but you know what?
All the time they got to be broke loose. I feel like they're going to break on me, but
but I've never seen that happen on a Power Stop, Kev. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying, because they don't rust. Those zinc infused rotors, they don't rust, unlike the iron ones. So yeah.
Hey, Scott, I just figured something out, Scott.
What's that?
I know what it is, because when Kevin's in front and we're always going so slow, it's because he's got brakes dragging. That's what it is.
All right. Well, we'll see how it all plays out this coming weekend, huh, won't we?
God, I'd love to be able to get on Laguna Seca, all three of us in a row. That would be so nice.
Sorry for my absence. I had to go get my delivery that was being brought to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, yep, got him.
All right. So like you said, Jack, you said Solar Joe says the ZR1 had 95 millimeters throttle bodies on it. So
are we going to use those for the Z06 now, or what are we doing?
What are we doing? The power stops?
I mean, is Joe? No, we're going back to Joe. Is Joe saying now that there's a 95 on the ZR1, we can actually put that on the Z06 through solar, or where are they going to go with it?
I don't know. Well, we'll wait for him to answer. Let's see here. He says that the Z06 was undersized with the 87, as was the Stingray. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see. So Richard says, when I lock my E-Ray in the garage, I hear noise that I didn't recognize several minutes later. Right? Could that be the periodic brake check? No, I don't think so. I know exactly what you're talking about. My E-Ray makes those noises. It's just a few minutes after you shut the car off. And my truck does the same thing. So I'm not exactly sure what it's doing, but it's a bunch of little clicking noises.
I can help everybody out. You
can?
Go ahead, Kev. Okay. What you got to show?
So when you're walking through your house late at night and you hear that beep, and then you hear another beep a couple minutes later, and you decide to go to bed and just muster through it, but the beep lasts all night long because it's a dead battery in your smoke detector, that's what's happening.
Oh, so the smoke detector. Yeah, thanks.
So what's a smoke detector?
Okay. He's giving me shit about the E-Ray. I can see that. Yeah.
You know what?
Okay.
You know what? Let's all do ourselves a favor. Let's change the battery in the smoke detector, because it's going to keep beeping all night long, just like your E-Ray. So let's get the battery started.
Nice. So C7 Walt says, Joe, I just ordered the 91.
That was good,
Kev. Yep, that was a good one. I didn't know where he was going with it, then I did.
I didn't either, but it came together.
But you know what? Nobody wants to change the battery in the smoke detector, but you're going to get up at 4:32 in the morning and change it because you're tired of fucking hearing it.
You're right. You're exactly right. Solar Joe says, summary, no tunes are needed and no check engine lights. So there we go. We got it from the horse's mouth right there.
There you go.
Marcus is telling me we got 54 people watching and only 28 likes. Guys, come on,
hit that like button.
Come on now. Come on. Do us a favor. Come on.
I know for a fact Jack didn't hit the like button because I just looked.
You know what? Our viewership is going up. It doubles every show. So let's keep this going, guys. It really does. As a matter of fact, we know we got to get Joe back on this call, on one of these phone calls, or one of these shows, because probably only half of the people that are in here right now heard Joe when he was on, because he was one of our very first people to be on the show, and he is a wealth of knowledge. And so yeah, Joe, if you don't mind, if you want to just, I mean, you guys don't have to. Solar's already said that they'll go ahead and sponsor us again. They loved our show and they said they would do it, no problem. So, but we'll have you on again. We don't have to have you sponsor, So let me know. Just send me an email. Let me know when you're available, and we'll get you on. Okay.
All right. Let me reiterate something. Richard came on and said I didn't know we had a smoke detector in the E-Ray. The point wasn't that we had a smoke detector in the E-Ray. The point was it's probably a beep letting you know that something's going on in your car that you need to take care of.
Actually, it's not a beep.
And don't ignore it like the smoke detector that's going to beep all night long, because your tired ass is going to get up around 4:20 in the morning and change the battery because you can't do it anymore. So whatever the problem in the E-Ray is, take care of it.
Well, there's no problem. It's not a beep. It's just a clicking noise where it's like relays clicking. And I mean, I know it's by design. There is no doubt. My C8, my 23 did it. This one does it. My 24 Silverado does it. So it's got to be something.
I don't know
inherent
who
to
all
GM.
I don't know who all doesn't have a life like me, because I sit in my car, like I have a 3500 HD. I have this car. I have a 2025 Traverse. But if you sit in the car long enough after you turn it off, it starts making all kind of stupid
All kind of
noises.
weird sounds.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes into it, 15 minutes into it, dampers are closing, things are letting go, things are happening all behind the scenes. When the car thinks you're out and you're in the house, it starts messing with your life. Truly, you ought to sit in there and listen to it.
You know, that says where Kevin spends. He sits in the garage at night in the dark. That tells me a lot right there.
Hey,
it's
well, you
all
know
coming
what?
together now. There
I
we
only
go.
do it to come educated for you guys. Who wants to listen to a non-educated person?
Yeah, no, I agree.
But I mean, have any of you guys sat in your car and listened to everything that happens once your car times out electronically? All the dampers that close, all the things that happen. I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes that you don't even know about that happen 15 minutes after you get out of your car. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I'm sitting in the garage. It makes all kind of weird sounds. Yes.
How many of you
Yeah.
guys?
So anyway, the whole beeping with the E-ray is the point that I was getting at.
You and the
We
beeping.
all know
It's
there's
not a
no.
beep. It's not a beep. Yeah, it's not beeping.
Oh,
Get him,
okay.
Scott. Get him, Scott. Get him.
I know, right? You keep saying beeping. I'm like, it's not beeping.
Okay,
But-
well, my point for the third time is you have an E-ray, you're going to expect some problems. Take care of them.
No, well, it's not an issue. It's a common thing. So yeah, don't worry about that. But
I
so-
had to throw that.
I know you did. I know you did. I know, right? But I tell you what, the E-Ray's looking better and better right now. Right? And the E-Ray looking better, guys. Every one of you guys that thought that the Grand Sport was just going to be the cat's meow, doesn't the E-Ray look so much better at the pricing structure?
The Grand Sport is the freaking E-Ray.
That's it.
I don't care how you look at it
Just
or what mustard you put on what side.
Money. A lot more
I don't
money.
care what mustard you put on what side of the bread
That's
first. The Grand Sport is a renamed E-Ray, and it's going to outsell and it's going to outperform. And it's all about
charge the E-Ray.
And if anybody knows anything about
Money.
fishing, it's all in the presentation.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, let me get kind of caught up here. Dan says he's having a hell of a time keeping the inside of the wheel drums clean. Any suggestions? Yes, Dan. Get rid of the factory
Stay out
brakes.
of the mud.
Just get rid of the factory brakes right there. Get yourself, the either one of the Power Stop or the other ones, like this name escapes me. The ones that Jack's got. Either one of those, they will do just yes. Thank you. Either one of those will do great. But then also, if you really want to keep your wheels clean, take them off, clean them up real good, and do what Kevin Reynolds does: is ceramic coat those suckers every other month.
Yeah, and you know what? It works.
It does work. It really does work. And he's very religious about doing that. But yeah, it takes, once they're clean and you get them coated, it makes them super, super easy to clean. 9/10 of the time, you just take your garden hose, you spray it off, you're done. Your jet washer doesn't matter. But yeah, it's very, very easy once it's done. Speedy, you with having the oil, if it's already telling you that you need to change your oil at 69.5, I mean, if it's saying it's getting down to, but if it's already saying it needs to be changed right now, then
change it.
Yeah, then change it, right? Go ahead and change it.
All right, let's ask Speedy. When's the last time Speedy changed his oil?
Well, he hasn't. It's not due yet.
Okay, well, my advice to anybody and everybody that's listening, you are not going to get dinged by GM for changing your oil too much.
No.
You're going to get dinged by not changing enough. If you go to these little mom and pop shops, they will have the ability to put your oil change into the Carfax system to show that you did your stuff. And they're going to put your mileage in there and this and that. But you know what? I change my oil all the time. Before it's due, I change it just because I'm bored one day. Oh, I want to go look around at the Chevy dealer to see what new cars they have. Let me go get my oil changed. So the point is, don't ask when you have to get your oil changed. Ask yourself, do you have time to go get it changed, whether it needs or not?
Yeah,
It's like
I
me.
agree, but
I had my oil changed on mine at 1,500 miles because
you're old school.
religious metal. I did
Yeah,
1,500,
you know what?
and then I did this. I did the 7,500 too.
Yep.
I can guarantee
absolutely.
you when I was 18 and 19 years old, I had a 69 Chevelle, I had a 70 Camaro split bumper, and those things leaked oil, and all I did was pour oil in it like once a week or every 2 weeks. When I hit the cruise, it was a constant oil change. I never had the oil changed in any of my cars, but because it was a constant oil change.
Because it
It's
was
like
a
you're
leak.
dropping,
It was just a leak. The
you're
water
dropping a
goes
cord in,
down,
you're
you
dropping
put
a
it in.
cord in every week when
That's
you're going on the cruise and you're picking up chicks and playing the stereo. You got a fresh quart in there with a high performance oil filter and
That sounds like a Harley Davidson you got sitting in
yeah,
there.
exactly. And
That's
then you
it.
have
That's it.
I got his oil synthetic all up in there with my high performance oil filter, and I hit
Yep.
130 before red line. I mean 135. Anyway, you get my
Hey
point.
Scott,
Guys,
we've got next week. We've got to
I
put
gotta-
that on the show.
I got
They
a
gotta
real
see it.
important. Jack, Hank, save that for a second. I got a real important announcement. Walter McVeigh just donated $25 to your fund. All right. So Walter,
Nice.
thank you so much. We appreciate
Thank you,
that.
Walter.
Absolutely.
All right, let me wrap this up.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Get your
You
oil
never do.
changed. Get your oil changed because you love your car, not because it's required.
Well, you know
That's
what? He's due for his 7,500 anyway, and they'll let him do it a little bit
No,
early.
get
so
your oil
Speedy, I
changed
would do
because
it.
you love your car, not
Well,
because it's required. There
well,
you go.
If it's
My
saying,
advice to you.
if it's saying it needs to be done, get it in
Change
the
his
dealer
speed.
now and get it done.
Get in
It might
there.
be a few hundred miles early,
Okay.
but get it done.
And then GM got rid of the flush your transmission for the 22,000. Do we all know that?
They only got rid of it for the 26, Kevin. That not the rest of them.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why
really?
the 20,
Yeah.
Why the 26? Why don't you
I
fill
have
us
no
in?
idea. Well, I can't tell you why. I do know part of it. They've changed the valve body. They've changed some different things in the car, but I'm still saying they're recommending that you can do it on the 26, but you don't have to. But the 25 and the 26 transmission is identical. So why did they do that?
Why?
My
Yeah.
gut instinct tells me is they're trying to make it where it's supposedly more I don't know, cost effective to get your services done, right? To be able to bring the price down.
Could it just simply be they got rid of the requirement because it's not really necessary, and they're just alleviating you from one extra hassle that you have to take care of? I mean, is that a
I'm
possibility?
going to say not. I'm going to say not because
I'm
you know
gonna say
what?
I'm gonna say no on that one. Yeah.
Kev, it's an 8-minute process. When I put them on my scanner, it activates, and all it does is basically it runs through the gears. It alternates the speed of the engine a little bit for 8 minutes. It's not a big
That's
deal.
it.
That's it. 8 minutes. But you know, it elevates the RPMs just a little bit, and so you know what? It's still in. You know, I just bought a brand new scanner for that, and it still
Let me go.
shows.
Let me go backwards. I'm all for flushing the transmission more than it's due, changing the engine oil more than it's due.
Yep.
Actually, and then I'm not really talking a whole bunch of mess about my girlfriend, but we'll go this way. She goes, "Oh, well, you washed your car today?" And I said, "Yeah, I did." "Why'd you do that?" And I told her, "I don't take advice from a person who never washes their car." So, you know.
Thank God that went on the air. That's the main thing. Is it went on the air?
Well,
Kevin.
you know
Attaboy.
what, Kevin, it was really nice knowing you.
Yeah, this might be your last show, Kev.
Yeah. So again, with the point is if you're the person who never changes your oil, you know, change it when you want to.
Yeah, I highly you can't overservice this car, so
No.
you can get away with it in the older ones.
That's
you can do that, but you can't do it.
That's exactly my point.
Right.
You know what? Air is free. Make sure. Here's another thing that people do not do is the car likes to have its air in the tires. I start off at 30 psi in the morning. I mean, I may differ from other people, but I have a big compressor here in the garage, and if my car sits for a couple of weeks, your air is leaked down, and people get out there and they drive their cars and they don't pay attention to, oh, it's got 27 psi on this tire, 28 on that one, 30 on this one. The other thing is, air is free, other than what it costs you to fill up the tank. Do your tires too. Do your oil, do your tires, do your cabin air filter. You bought the car because you love it. Treat it like you love it.
Yep. No, I agree.
Bam.
I totally agree. Joe, I think it just signed off. I saw that, but I'm trying to get to all of his messages here. It says, see, the pattern is that Chevy picks the throttle body size based on what AC Delco makes, as discussed on the show. AC Delco makes a 95 for the CD7 ZR1, and so likely the same part number using the new 6.7. He's probably right. And then he says none of the AC Delcos are ported. And then Big Mike says, does Chevy make a wrench for the red tab? It was a pain trying to disconnect it on the gas pedal. Know what I replaced. You know what I replaced. Don't say it too loud. Wife watching phone, and always hear my name pop up. You know what? I'm going to say that they probably do actually make a wrench for that to pop that little guy, but I've never really had any problems being able to pop that safety clip, so I don't think that's going to be the case. So we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Solar Joe says no.
92 is the largest.
92 is the largest.
Yeah. So you're okay, Kevin.
Yep. There you go, Kev.
You're okay, Kev. There you go.
Richard
You
says
can
that
put it
makes
on.
sense. Kev, appreciate it. Either way, I really made a good buy on my E-Ray. Richard, I'm glad you did. That's awesome. And you, like I said, as of now, anybody that owns an E-Ray, I think, unless they paid over sticker, they got a better deal on their car than any of the Grand Sports ever will be. So there we go. Let me see here. The Rag Company makes a wheel brush that works great to clean the inside of the wheels without removing them. Yep, there's a lot of different ones that are out there, absolutely. But like I said, if you ceramic coat your wheels, you don't even have to get in there. I mean, literally, it washes right off. Let's see, Joe. I know he's left, but I just want to get all of his comments in there. We launched the 92s for the C806, the largest and all billet in the world. You watch. He's going to be out here in just maybe a few months. He's going to say, you know what? We've got this new revolutionary 95 millimeter. I bet you he's going to do it. And then, like I always use that Apple iPhone analogy that every year they come out and say, this is the best iPhone ever. Well, I hope to God it's the best iPhone ever and not the one that's not as good as last year's model. You know what I mean? Big Mike, it says E-Ray is a pre-Grand Sport, would love the new GSX. Yeah, Mike, it is really, it's not even really the pre. I mean, it's so close.
I was just going to say
that
the E-Ray is the Grand Sport. It just didn't get named what it should have been named from day one.
Yep. No, absolutely.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, let's just call it what it is. I got into the Corvette game late in my life. I was 52. I'm 61 now. I was 52. I bought a 17 Stingray. And then I've learned a lot of stuff. I watch videos. I like to make myself informed. I like to make myself educated. So if I go to car shows and do other things, I can actually sound like I know what I'm talking about. And I will tell you and then I will tell you, having all that knowledge, I think that on the C8 lineup, the E-Ray should have been the Grand Sport. And if they would have dialed that out the way it was supposed to, then we would all be we'd be at the end of the C8 and we would be talking about the C9 right now. They're only prolonging it because they fucked up, or excuse me.
There's money to be had. There's money still on the table.
They jacked up, and now they left money on the table, and they're going to swipe it up with the Grand Sport.
Right.
Otherwise, if they would have did what they were supposed to do all the previous years known, and got the Grand Sport out of the way, and then in the Z06, then the ZR1, whether they put X on it or not, we would already be in the C9 era. We'd probably be launching it next year or this year.
Well, you know,
So
with the
they're
bankruptcy-
playing catch up. And you know what? All these motors, I keep teasing about the URA having all these motors and all these badges left over on the shelves over at the manufacturers in Bowling Green. And you got to know that they stocked it up thinking those things were going to sell. So they're putting them on what they can put them on, and they're trying to get product moved. And that's the reason we're so.
That's it.
That's the reason we're so late in the C8 game, is because they're trying to play catch up.
Yeah,
You got,
I
mean,
agree
do you
with
guys,
you.
do you
I agree
guys
with you.
agree, or you guys agree? Or
Yeah,
disagree?
I agree,
do
Kevin.
agree,
Yep.
but there's one reason that this is happening even more so, and that was because of when the bailout happened and GM had to start cutting things out. They were going to cut the Corvette, and and the federal government.
Well, they were going to
stepped
cut the
in
Corvette a few times.
Well,
but
yeah, but the thing is that the feds actually stepped in. The bean counters, the feds said, you can't get rid of the Corvette. It's the only thing that's making you money. So
That's true.
right? So they wouldn't allow it. So what did they have to do? They had to rush something. The C7 was never supposed to exist. It was supposed to go from the C6 design to the C8 design. The C8 design was really going to be a C7.
Yep.
Right? But I tell you what, for them
let me just say this before you get too much further. I loved my 19 Z06.
That's where I was going with this.
I mean, I love that car.
Oh, absolutely, I do,
Yep.
and I did, and I can say that out of I think all the cars that General Motors had built, they knocked it out of the park, and with the C7, and I think they did an awesome job with it. Just simply, I mean, considering that that car was never supposed to ever see the light of day, and yet it ends up being one of the most popular cars out there. And guys, there's a couple other things that I want to talk about. I got it up here. It says oil is cheap, engines aren't. Guys, we talk about C8, we talk about C7 a lot, and I apologize that we need to be able to start to talk about some of the older stuff out there too, because all of those cars, I've got a C4. We need to be able to talk about this, but this is a common denominator with anything. You can't over service any of them, right? So we talk about the C8. Okay, great. The only reason that we talk about it is because General Motors has gone above and beyond to point out that we've got to get this going on, right? We've got to do that service. But I'm sitting there looking at my screen. Did my camera go totally like almost black and white? It almost looks like it, huh?
Nope. It looks
No,
good
you're
to
just
us.
pale. You're just pale.
Oh, I'm just ugly. Okay, but you know what? I mean,
Hey, Scott, let me bump in on you. Service is good on all models. I think the reason they went hyper on the C8 is because they weren't sure how the DCT and the rear engine was going to all happen, and maybe and they're really pushing, or either that or they bought stock in the oil companies. But again, put oil in your car. I mean, put a beer down and put some oil in. How about that?
Oh, I totally agree. I totally agree. But yeah, that goes for everybody. So if you guys are getting close to the time that you need to do the oil change, some people go, hey, you know what? It says I'm already done, and I haven't really driven it. That is these cars are life monitors, so they're counting the days, and it's calculated based off of the shelf life of oil. Right. So just because you don't drive your C8, but 1,000 miles in 3 years, that oil is over with. That transmission fluid, it's done at 3 years. That's its shelf life. So, and all of the cars have that. We all grew up, if it's got oil in it, it's good. If you can see nice and clean, it looked like syrup. Oh, okay. Nice pancake syrup. Okay, you're good. That's not the case. So keep that in mind. Okay. Same thing with tires.
Let me answer a question to one of your viewers. Someone asked me, how long does it take to coat the rims, and the God's truth to that? Not long for me, because I take it in and have it done. So how long it takes them, I have no idea. But
I was wondering
we're-
if he was going to come clean
So-
on that story.
yeah,
So-
you know what?
Paul-
All of us. I mean, Scott does his own pony tricks. Jack.
Oh, they're pony tricks now. Okay.
Those
I
are
mean,
pony tricks, okay.
Scott is a certified applier of Ceramic Pro. Jack and I, we have to take our cars places. So I take my car in, I have it done religiously, and basically, I don't know how long it takes, but it's well worth it because you just hit it with a hose and all that brake dust debris comes right off. But to answer your question is I don't know. Go ahead, Scott.
Okay. Looks like everybody's wanting to win something, Scott.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's getting ready for the win.
Yep. Well, guys, do me a favor. If you guys haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the little bell so you'll get notified when we do a video, as well as other videos that I do when I do the how-to videos. Let me get through a couple more of these, Jack, and then we'll start talking about this stuff. If you guys want to contribute to hearing me shut up about this car
I'll
fund,
contribute to that
right?
myself.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Please
Bye-bye.
and do that. Please be sure and donate. Like I said, the people that have donated will be entered into a special drawing to be able to win Jack's cover. I know you can't see it because Jack's car is not there right now, but anyway, but it says Big Mike says not the red switch tab, but to squeeze the inside of the plug cable to release it. I thought that was what I was talking about. Yeah, there's a little safety tab that's on the that you have to push down to be able to release that cable to the back of the gas pedal. And I think that's what you're talking about. If not, Big Mike, you can always text or call me, and I'll walk you through it. That's not a problem.
They're all red on all the plugs. They're usually red. You just pop them up and pull the plug out. but you see how simple that sounds? Because when I pulled my red plug off, it came off. It came off and through the interior somewhere. I pulled it too hard.
You tried to gorilla it instead of pulling.
I pulled that little safety pin up, the red one, but I was a little overzealous, so who knows what happened to it.
So what we call that is the bull in the china closet, Kevin. That's what we call it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So William Miller, you are the first one to notice tonight that my video is right. So you can actually read everything.
And your Venmo was correct too.
And my Venmo was correct. Everything. It's amazing that Venmo worked backwards. Isn't that weird?
Only took 3 months.
I know, right? Yeah. Let's see here. You can read the text like normal. Yay, I did it right. All right. Let's see here.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but the Corvette channel banner on the back of your garage is all backwards on my thing.
On your thing?
That's it looks good on. Yeah.
Oh, because
it's supposed to look backwards.
I'm looking at you on my laptop. You must have it reversed.
I do have it reversed because everyone.
Hey, Kevin,
if
you'd have been on the show for the last 2 weeks, you would have known this.
Hey, I'd like to be on the show every what is that, Thursday night?
He's like every other Thursday.
But I'm currently
on Tuesday.
I'm currently in the middle of an argument that gets picked up every 2 weeks.
I'll look for you all at the IMSA race Saturday. Right on, Paul. Yeah, guys, we are going to be at the IMSA race, and I will have my hopefully I'll be able to squeeze that in my trunk so I can fly that flag, and then you guys can find the car. We're going to try to be there.
We are going to be
we're going to have that flag flying.
We are going to be in the Corvette Corral. If you guys are at the IMSA races at Laguna Seca WeatherTech, we will be in the Corvette Corral most of the day, walking around thinking about how bad it sucks, and then go back to the Corvette Corral, and then we'd like to see we would like to see you guys come up and say hi. So come find us and say hi if you're there.
That would
Kevin,
be,
you going to give the zip code for that?
What's that?
I asked Kevin if he's going to give the zip code. He gave everything else.
Yeah, it's NO FUN.
Yeah.
All right, let's see
Yeah,
here.
The point was, if anybody's going to be at the Corvette Corral this coming next weekend, we are not unapproachable. Come up, say hi. We'll talk to you. I mean, if we have something going on we need to get to, we'll excuse ourselves, but we're not unapproachable. We'd like to meet you. And hey, we're all at the same place doing the same thing.
Hey, we're a lot more fun in person than we are on this show. Trust us,
Well,
folks.
yeah, Scott and I are. I don't know too much about you.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know. You never come over. I know.
All right, guys, we've got somebody that they have asked me to stay anonymous, but they just donated $500 to your fund, Jack. So
What?
Yep. So we were starting tonight. We were at 709. We had gotten a $25 donation that put us down to what the heck was that? 60 or 6 something. I don't have my calculator here handy. But then $500.
If they donated
so
five,
we're less than
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, what's our numbers here?
That puts it well
left over.
We were at 709 minus 25 minus 500. $184, guys.
Hey, Jack.
Come on,
Jack,
you guys we can raise $184.
Okay, Scott. Let me ask you this: if I finish it off, can we drop this so it's done?
No, you just leave it. Christina Stratton is telling you she needs to meet up with you prior to getting into the rooms at IMSA.
Well, they're all going. We're all going
together. So yeah, we'll all go down there. Yeah.
The only one the last one to get the room is broadcasting tonight, and I'll give you a hint. It's not Scott, and it's not me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, it doesn't matter. I'm bringing the card that doesn't work anyway, so whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It says, can anyone walk into the Corvette Corral and bring in the family so I can't bring the vet? Yes, Paul.
Sure.
Anybody can walk in.
Anybody can come in.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
the Corvette Corral.
You just cannot. You
ahead.
just cannot park in the Corvette Corral with your Corvette. However, you're welcome to come across the paddock or the grid or next to the Porsche area. Find our area. We're usually out there in the back.
We're in turn 5. We're between turn 2 and
Remember
turn 2 to
last
turn
year,
5.
turn 5 turned into a hot mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was almost like Jack was at Carson Coffee. We're all sitting there just minding our business, and we hear bam. I said, "What the heck did Jack do now, man?"
Yeah.
Remember that car that came around the turn and bashed into the wall on turn 5 last year?
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, that was like.
You talking about the car? Oh, the race cars. Yeah. I thought you were talking about a Corvette.
Came around. It came around turn 5, and it slid through the gravel, and then it crashed into the.
That's sand, by the way. That's sand.
And then the old guy that was sitting on our side of the fence fell on the ground because he was just like shocked that it was coming towards him so fast.
Yeah.
And then everybody thought he got hit by the car, and then they called the ambulance over and everything else. But it was 2 separate incidents, however, occurred at the same time.
I wasn't there to see
kind of like my winning a race and you
it.
losing the race.
Yep, absolutely. Hey, Larry, I didn't know you were on. Nice to see you.
Hey, Larry.
If you look right behind me, I'm gonna move out of the way here. What do you think? You see that? You see right the white spot that's sitting on the roof of my car? Guess what that is, Larry?
Bird shit.
That's his mug. He won that last week. And so we got to make arrangements. I'll bring it to you this weekend, guys. Oh, speaking of that, any of you guys are in this area and you want to join us for the air show in Solano, it's the Solano Air Races or Air Show there at Travis Air Force Base.
Yes.
We will be there. So you should be
when
able to find us.
When and where there?
Oh, God, we didn't tell Kevin. I forgot. Jack, I didn't tell him.
I won't be there.
I thought you told him where we're going, Scott.
I know, right?
I won't be there, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Because when you turn around, and look across your shoulder, I won't be there either.
Oh, okay, good. You're going to be busy that day, I take it.
Sweet.
Yeah, nice.
Anyway, so why don't you tell us where you're meeting at?
So we're not exactly sure yet, but we all know that we'll be at
We're
the
waiting
show,
for that.
so
We're
you
waiting
guys
for
can look for us.
the Larry Tonti
Ooh,
museum
you
to
know
let
what
us
we
know.
should do? Well, you know what we should do is we should give out Jack's home address and we can all meet over there.
You know what? That would be a great idea, but instead, I think we're going to meet at your house, Kevin.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fine
because you're not
because I
going to be
want.
there.
You're not
That's
going to be
fine
there. You
because
won't even know that we're there. We'll just do a bunch of burnouts right in front of your house.
No, I won't be home, but my Ring cameras will be on, and I'm just gonna go live with the Cars and Coffee at my house.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
All right, let's get some stuff away, Scott. We're about to run long term on it. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna give away a black mug tonight. Let me see. Let me see if I can grab one. I'll grab Larry's. Why not?
How come you haven't updated the Jack's Corvette goal?
Because it's not it's a static one, so I'll update it for later. But we are at 600. What did I say it was? 600. Oh, $184 away from the goal, and that brings up one more thing. But here's the mug that you guys are going to be able to get here. See, I flipped my camera, so it's like really messing me up because I got to go opposite of what I'm doing here. So can you guys sitting there looking at this? Can you read that correctly? Can you read the Corvette channel the way it's supposed to, or does it look backwards to you?
It's backwards to me.
Backwards to you? What about you, Kevin?
Yeah.
Is it backwards to you too?
On the TV, well, put it up in the air and hold it.
It is.
Okay, well, leave it there. I'm looking at the TV. It's normal on the TV, but backwards on my computer.
That's fine. That's fine. And everything else in the back is fine. That's good.
Isn't that weird? Okay, and then our other sponsor tonight, Russo's Heating and Air. All right, so if you guys live in the Sacramento, Stockton, Lodi area, you guys need something done, be sure and reach out to these guys. I'm going to get this right up to the camera so you can get their phone number. Hopefully you guys can read that. There we go.
And also, Scott, we're going to announce another sponsor next week, I believe, aren't we?
We are going to have another I didn't get to pull it out tonight, but we are going to have Richard is going to be sponsoring us for the next month for May. And it's going to be the Classic Rules Custom Parts, and we're going to be doing an engine cover, one every week. Okay. And again, tonight we won't be doing anything from Boosted, but we will be doing some more next week, and you'll get a chance to win a Team Corvette light up deal for the front of the windshield. So we'll be able to do that. And I'm going to try to get Anthony from Boosted Lighting Solutions on the show so we can talk about it a little bit and what he's had to go through, the trials and tribulations of what it takes to be able to develop something like that. And we can tell him, all you guys that have, that you guys are looking for underglow, or you're looking for stuff that is for the convertible, you can voice your opinion and let him see just how many people want that stuff, because he's thinking about doing it. He just doesn't know what to do first. Wow, I look over here and I see all this stuff. Yep, Jennifer turns around and says there are also pink ones. We are limited in addition to the pink ones, so those we're not giving away, but they look very much like these. And if I don't show one, I guess I will be in trouble. So let me show you.
Well, Scott, I've got the UPS driver bringing them to you tomorrow.
Okay, good. So here we go.
You have a case tomorrow.
All right. So you girls are wanting one of these. You see if I can get it on there.
There you go. Perfect.
Right there. Same mug right there. That is amazing how you see it on the camera and you try to adjust for it backwards. It's hard to do. Anyway, there you go. So that's what we got these for sale. They're $35, and we can also get you a black one for $35. But if tonight the giveaway is for a black one. So let's do that. All right. So I think that's about it. Let me scan the rest of these. Let me see. What did you say, Kevin? The
Nothing.
cover is paid for? Not yet. Got $184, $164. So Kevin, are you donating that?
I already paid it. It's done.
You paid it already. I don't
Paid
see
it
it.
to you.
I
I
didn't see
paid
it.
it to your Venmo, $185.
You did. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see, guys.
I don't know why you got to question me
I gotta
on.
make sure that I gotta make sure that
I
he brought
paid
his wallet.
$185 online for Jack to have his car covered because he has helped me out immensely with doing jobs for me through my business without
Guys,
asking.
look at that.
With,
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
with
Where's that? You guys see
well,
it?
hold
I
on.
don't see it. There it is. Yay!
Yeah, so Jack has helped me out through my fire protection business immensely without asking to be paid for anything. I've offered to pay to give him some money for helping me out. He's retired. He doesn't want money.
That's what friends do, Kevin. That's what
So
friends
anyway,
do.
friends also close off the car cover deal. So anyway, your car covers.
Well, thank you,
car
Kevin.
covers.
Yay.
Your car covers paid for. Thanks for all the helping that you give me through my work business. And,
You bet, Kevin.
So anyway, your car cover is paid off.
Kevin, that's awesome of you.
So,
I appreciate
you,
that.
Kevin.
I mean,
Guys,
let's
everybody.
all realize I didn't do it by myself. There was a lot of other people that paid.
Oh, there was.
Thank you, everybody.
So now
I just wrapped it up. So
the big question.
I just wrapped it up. So hopefully Jack can get his car cover before we go to IMSA races because we all three put our covers on when we're at the IMSA races. So hopefully it'll get here soon enough. And again, I wasn't the only one that paid, but thanks, Jack, for all your help.
Thank you, everybody.
No, absolutely.
The question is now, Scott, when are we going to give away the other one?
So what we'll do is we'll go ahead as soon as we do the exchange. I think what we'll do is we'll do it live. You can pull that. I'll give you the box. You can put it on live next week. How's that?
You give me the box. So how?
Are you going to be?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, I guess we can go live next week because we'll be here on Thursday.
Yep. So let's do that. Jack,
are you going to be able? Are you going to be able to secure his cover before we?
Okay.
Go to
am I going to be able to get my cover in time? I'll have to see.
So let me tell you this, guys. I knew that our community was going to step up. I knew it. I just knew that this wasn't going to be an issue. So I bought it already. All right. So I have it here.
Yeah,
wait a minute. You've been holding out on me this whole time.
I've been holding out on you guys. Absolutely.
Jack, I already knew, Jack. I just had to finish it up for you.
Oh, Lord.
Well,
that means I got to look like you guys now, right?
That's right. So you guys, this is awesome. I am so tickled. I knew that this would happen. Now the question for you, Kev, is that you get a each $2 is worth a ticket for the entry. Do you want to be entered into the entry to be able to win Jack's old cover, or do you not?
Well, the answer is no, I do not. Let my tickets ride. How about if we let my tickets ride to a raffle? How about?
That's a good idea.
How many tickets do I have? It's $2 divided by 185. So
you got 92 tickets.
All right. So how about if we ask a question next week? And whoever answers the question correctly can have my 92 tickets towards the raffle. How about that?
Okay.
And I will pick the question, and it won't be put on here so you can ask AI and then answer the question. It's going to be like last minute, last answer. So when I ask the question, first one pops up wins.
Okay.
So
all right.
Can we do that? And then I might even do the same thing with my 91 millimeter throttle bodies. We might make it a twofer next week because I do not want 91 millimeters if there's 92 out.
Well, what we'll do.
I'm just that kind of guy.
I know what we'll do. We'll convince Joe to get back on the show with us, and then you can do it on that show. But that is really, really cool of you to do that for
nice, Kevin.
for that. So okay, that's
all right,
awesome.
Well, but I needed to remain that my tickets that I've earned, I would like to have someone answer a question to get those.
All right, you come up with the question. You know the answer. We're
Oh,
not
you
going to
already
be
know I'm
involved.
gonna.
Yeah, we don't. So Jack kept.
Okay, so how do you want to do this?
I can guarantee you, don't do your homework. The question won't be how many different motorcycles will he buy this year. It's not going to be that.
Just to let everybody know, that green one behind me is not my motorcycle. That is my wife's Kawasaki Z900.
And it's a very nice one. You did a great job.
Yeah, that's her bike. And that ain't all she got for her month of birthday.
All right, Scott, where are we going from here then?
Okay. All right, let's give some stuff away, Scott.
Yep. Well, let me ask one more question or answer one question. Larry Maroney says, what about Moffs and Me's tickets? I've been logging every bit of these tickets. So next week we'll talk about that, and so for you guys bought $100 worth of tickets or a little bit more. So every one of those for every $2 you're going to be able to you'll have an entry for it for that cover. Okay. So yeah, it's everybody that's in there. I had it up. Actually, where did it go? I had it. Maybe somebody can see it here, or did I close it?
What are you looking for?
Oh, I was trying to
Scott?
show. I was trying to show everybody the amount of tickets that they put in. Let me see here. I think it's right here. Okay, so let me do this really quick. So everyone's asking this question. I want everyone to know. So here we go. So you can see here at the beginning of the show, it was $709, right? And here's the amount of money that the people have donated along the way, right? And this on this other side where it says super chat, cash, all this type of stuff, right? But this also shows the amount of tickets that are in the bucket right now, and that how many each person has. So Karen and Larry Maroney, you guys have 50 tickets right now. Okay, so every ticket, every $2 was a ticket. So those will all be counted. We will do a special drawing with just these names. Now, the person that donated the 500 tickets or the $500, they asked to not be. They don't want their tickets put in this. Okay, so we're gonna take the ones from tomorrow or next week. We're gonna take the ones that Kevin has given, which is 92 tickets, and we're gonna give it to someone. And it's up to Kevin on who he wants to give them to.
No, it's just up to the person who answers my question correctly.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So then they will
not
go
to
into
my
this
choosing,
list.
but to the winner answering the question.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
So, so that hopefully that made it a little more clear. So hopefully, that it's not clear as mud, but hopefully it makes sense. But yeah, I wanted to make sure. I knew we had a couple weeks left, and I knew it was moving. So Jack, I ordered it when I was in Vegas, and
Of course you did, Scott.
And I picked it up when I got home. So anyway.
Well, I appreciate that. And everybody, I want to hey, Scott, Kevin, be quiet. I want to thank everybody for putting all the help. This was not my idea.
No.
This was Scott's idea. And I want to thank everybody that contributed and played along with this. It really means a lot. I really do. And I want to thank everybody that donated, and especially the 500 and the 184 tonight. Kevin, I appreciate that. And I would advertise with it proudly. So I'll look like the rest of the guys.
I ask one thing in return.
What's that, Kevin?
What's that?
Like last year when we were at the Naval, what is that called where we're going?
Naval Postgraduate School.
So
Yeah,
like last year when we were at the Naval Postgraduate School, Scott, you and I were putting our car covers on. Yep. And then we were going to go in and have some beers and chill out. And because you couldn't figure out how to put your car cover on because you put it on backwards, then you took it off and put it on inside out. Then you put it on backwards.
Now you know you're full of shit.
You said that you were buying beers that night for all of us, and you did. So are we going to do the same thing again? Because when you put it on backwards,
Scott,
you put it on.
I must be happy. Scott, I can't hear
You're
nothing
gonna
that's
put it
being
on.
going
You're gonna
on. Are
put
you
it
okay?
on inside out. You're gonna put it on backwards. You're gonna ask me for help, and I'm just gonna say, okay.
I don't.
Exactly.
You know what, Jack? Out of all of that, the only thing that was like somebody that was totally discombobulated and confused was like 2-3 years ago when I sat there with all of my buddies in the bar there and got inebriated. Right? You remember that? And I know Karen and Larry and everybody there, they were there that night. They couldn't believe it. They're like, this isn't the same Scott I know.
Oh, well, how about this guy here? He's the Navy guy. I'm in the bar, and it's a Navy no hat wearing bar. And I'm wearing my hat, and everybody's staring at me. We're drinking beers. Everybody's staring at me. We're drinking beers. And then Jack tells me at the end, oh, they're looking at you because you're wearing your hat in a no hat bar, clown. And I said, okay, well, that's awesome. No hat.
It's only because we love you, Kevin. But that was fun that day. I got it. Because every time that girl would bring us a beer or bring us something to eat, she would just evil eye the shit out of him. She was nice to both of us, but she would just evil eye the shit. And then when she walked away, he'd be like, what's wrong? What did I do wrong?
I do not wear a hat that often because I have hair, but my face turns red when I'm in the sun because I'm Irish, and I wear a hat.
Well, you're more than Irish.
Yeah, God,
you're full of some other. You're full of some other stuff too, Kevin. We just won't talk about it right now.
All right. Well, so anyway.
Yeah. Well, guys, all right. Let's get with this. Let's go ahead and pick a couple winners. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do the mug, the first one around. So
here we go.
Let me
Good
get
luck,
this
everybody.
over where we can see it. We're gonna go ahead and we'll pick a winner. Good luck, everybody. Okay.
Did you know it's 8:00?
It's not quite.
It's
but
not
almost.
7:42.
Yep.
If you quit talking, we'll get through it.
We got 273 chats tonight.
Good job, everybody.
But how many people hit the like button? That's what you need to know.
I'll know later. I don't know exactly, but as this is probably going to be the very best show we've ever had as far as the numbers, and so thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Let's get to that randomizer, Scott. Let's go.
Here we go. You ready?
If you come to the Corvette Corral, I like pastrami.
Fun Governor 69. Right on. All right. Mr. Fun Governor, do me a favor. Go ahead and send me an email with your name and your phone number and your email address and your shipping address and all that type of good stuff to the Corvette channel at gmail.com, and we'll get this out to you guys, okay? And now we're going to go ahead.
Congrats.
Yep. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do, it'll be your choice of a man's or a woman's shirt. And then if you win a man's and you want to also get a matching woman's shirt, then you're looking at, depending on the size, if they're small through large, they're $25. If it's a double X, then you're looking at an extra $5. So it'd be $30. Okay. So if you want to get a match set, but your choice of what size and whether it's a man or woman's. Here we go, guys. Guy Russo, 5530. Guy, you want a T-shirt? Well, that's fitting. That's fitting. He forgot his shirt when we went to Vegas. If you look at the pictures that we'll be posting, and I have been posting, everyone's got a Corvette Channel shirt on except for Guy. He's wearing a Nike shirt. He was sport.
I think
you should make him have to pay for it now.
I know.
I think that was by choice, actually.
Yeah, well, actually behind the scenes, I think
that's by choice. Good, Kev.
Yeah, but he was sporting a Corvette Channel hat, so we'll give him that one. All right, guys.
There you go. We'll give him that one then.
We'll just double check all these things here.
It's been a great night, guys.
Yeah, it's been fun, guys. So thank you guys all.
And thank everybody for with the stuff with the car cover. I thank you very much. Great friends. Looking forward to next weekend hanging out with everybody that's going down with us. Can't wait. See you at IMSA.
Don't make me put that cover on for you, please.
Hey, one other thing, guys. Let me switch this back really fast. So I was talking with Jennifer, and I have.
Oh, hey, Scott, hang on. Guy just posted. He goes, excuse me. I'll donate it again. Spin again. He donated his shirt back.
Oh,
Guy did.
okay. I just saw that.
Thank you,
Okay.
Guy.
All right, Guy.
Okay, I'm helping the
we'll
brother
do it
out.
again. Good job. Pick
Okay,
another
do it
winner.
again. Do it again. I thought they did it for everybody
The
jumped
night
off.
bot. Okay, I think we're gonna pick a different one because he's not real. I don't think
No, that's the
it's the automated system. Paul.
Yep.
Paul won. All right. Well, Paul, if you just either call me, text me, or email me, let me know what size, what you want. I'll bring it with us when we come to IMSA. Okay, so just let me know. Again, one more thing, guys. We think we know because of how we did this how we did this raffle for Jack. What we can do is those of you, none of the sponsors are really donating anything for the older cars, right? The 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, whatever it is. But if you guys send me an email, let me know what you guys would like to be able to possibly have raffled off, and we might be able to do a raffle. But the way the wording works in there is that if I get I get a $200 prize, I can take enough money in to get it up to $500 or the $300, whatever it costs, right? So we buy a $200 item, we can collect up to $200. We can take those winners or those donators, and we can do a raffle, right? As long as I'm not making any money, because that's what California's worried about, that I'm going to make $1. So if I buy something for $2 and we take in $2, then we can do a raffle. Okay, so that way we're really good. So guys, thank you so much. Yes, Kevin, you're over there playing.
No, my suggestion is for the next raffle is buy a brick from the Corvette Museum and raffle off a brick. You can raffle off a big one or a small one, but raffle off a brick and give somebody the opportunity to have their name on the apron of the Corvette Museum.
You know what?
I think
that's a
great
great idea, Kevin. I like that. But like I said, wait.
You said but.
Well, no. What I'm saying is
let's readdress it without the but.
Well, think about this. They don't make a throttle body for a C5 Corvette, right? But
they make a brick for every model that you have a Corvette.
And I'm good with it. Maybe that'd be the very first thing we do. That would be probably because that's not a big deal, right? I mean, that'd be great, and it works for everybody.
Yeah, it is a big deal.
But well, no, I'm not saying it's. You know what I'm saying. But
I'd
like to be able to bring something to the table for the folks that have got 4s and 5s and 6s.
Yes.
You know,
I agree with you, Scott, 100%.
Give me some ideas,
I happen
guys.
to have a lot of death certificates here if you want to borrow a couple.
Death certificates. Guys, I tell you,
all right.
you're
all right, let's get out of here, Scott.
All right, guys.
Yeah, all right. I know what you're saying.
You guys have a great night.
I know what you're saying. Let's give the older cars a chance and give them some stuff.
Sure.
I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Let's think about some stuff and let's do it.
Send those ideas over to us.
Good night, folks.
Have a good night. Okay.
See you now.